So another thing that I've learned over these couple days is right before I, deactivate my TikTok, I posted a video of the ships and the orbs that I get that hang out outside my window. And, I've posted videos of them before, but I haven't posted videos in a while because those ones came out really strong, really, really big. And it was two distinct ones, and those are the ones that I've been seeing since Easter. I didn't get those before Easter. I get different orbs, and they're way farther away. Except for the one night that I had the Baker Act situation. I walked outside and I saw a million orbs. And then I was guided to the Demi Lovato series on Peacock of her talking about UFOs, and she saw orbs. So I'm just okay. Anyway, there were people who commented on that and were like, that's just Saturn and Jupiter. And I'm literally, get the fuck out of my fucking reality. Pew pew, stinky stinky, get the boring people out. It's so rude to come onto my page and try to literally discredit me and take away my magic. Because that's what people are doing. They're taking away the magic of right now. Yes, you can believe that Saturn and Jupiter. But also, everybody else who films orbs, you can see that they glow a certain way. That's why I zoomed in on them. I'm of course I'm annoyed by it because the peasants just don't know what an orb is. But, which, I need to work on. But I do. I have this sense of annoyance with people now. And that's what I want to say about JK Ultra is I feel very much the same thing. She just sucked the magic out of her reality. And it's okay, go ahead, be boring right now. Yeah, you could believe all this shit's a lie. You could believe that I'm lying. You could believe that none of this is true. You can believe that this is all just boring matrix stuff. But you're literally then you're gatekeeping the systems of your own oppression, because part of what we're supposed to be doing right now is breaking past limiting beliefs. This place depends on our limiting beliefs. That is what our families cannot get past, is their limiting beliefs. That's it. That's the whole name of the game. It's our beliefs. It's our thoughts. And we all know that our thoughts create our realities. So then why on God's green earth right now would you give it all up? Would you say, oh no, it's all just a lie, and we're all just one big God blob, and that's just stars, you're literally crazy. And it's that's so unfun. That is so unmagical, and that's kind of where I'm at lately. I don't want to talk to anybody or be around anybody who who doesn't believe in magic, who doesn't believe in aliens, who doesn't believe in fun stuff. Look at how terrible our reality is right now. Look at how delusional it already is. It is not logical to then give into that shit. It's also, if you know how this place works, which most of us do, right? Let's bring all of our brain cells together here where we all know that we're being manipulated. Okay, let's do what we're supposed to not do then. Then how do we get out of the manipulation? Oh, we believe the things that they don't want us to believe. We actually have proof that they don't want us to believe this so bad because they repressed all Dolores Cannon's information. They are repressing all the truth tellers right now on TikTok. They repress information about aliens unless it's a controlled narrative that they want to have out right now. They're taking out scientists and people like David Wilcock and stuff like that who are talking about this. There's a guy in the 60s who tried to make refurbished homes that they came up against. Any type of talk about the Black Jesus in the 50s has been completely excommunicated. The only way that we're allowed to get any of this information is through movies, is through literal, Hollywood was the way they were able to do it, because look at how much they've repressed. That's why they did it through movies, guys. This is why they did the seeded transmissions, because you can see what happens when the truth tries to come out. So if we have that logic, if we can see that, then the best thing we could possibly do to protest against the system right now is believe in these things that they're trying to repress. That we now have evidence that that's the best thing you can do, is actually hold on to these beliefs with all your heart and all your soul and all your might if you want to protest the system with your beliefs. Also, get off the matrix food. I've talked about this a lot. Get off the matrix food. My body, I've had to go on a full shaman diet, basically, which is whole foods only. And the reason for that is because, again, it's not good for us, and it does distort your channels. It distorts your mood. It distorts your brain chemistry, because a lot of the stuff that they're giving us is very addictive. And so being in addictive patterns at all is, again, a symptom of the matrix. That's because you're not feeling whole somewhere. And it's usually because of work. A lot of people I know, they use food to distract themselves from the fact that they hate going to work, and like they also cannot cook meals. But I'm telling you guys, like I make like meals in like 30 minutes. Like I do sheet pan vegetables and I'll boil a piece of chicken for like 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it really actually takes like no time to cook, which, you know, they always talk about, all these doctors and all these people and all this shit, and they're right. You know, and that's the other thing is like, you know, I've eaten unhealthy my entire life. And I'm in healthcare. So, you know, I was like inundated with like, you need to eat healthy and like you need to cook and it doesn't take that long and like all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, you don't fucking know, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, nah, the bitches were fucking right, bro. I went to the fucking doctor. I'm still overweight. I'm still obese. My fucking blood pressure is the best it's ever been in my entire life. My vitals are the best they've ever been in my entire life. I have no cholesterol anymore. I've literally like basically solved, except for obviously my autoimmune disorder, which I can't do shit ass about. I've solved all of my other health issues, which is crazy, and I'm still considered obese here. So I'm like, that also means not shit. That's what I'm saying. This science, that's what I'm saying. I'm not like you know, now there is good science, you know, eat healthy, but like follow these charts and fit into these boxes bullshit. No, that's what doesn't work about healthcare, you know? And I've also had to go through the healthcare system to see that a lot. The last few weeks here, I've been in hell with the healthcare system and the cracks in it. So that's what I want to say. There's a lot of ways you can protest against the system right now and not actually go out and protest. You know what I'm saying? Some of us light workers are doing it more extreme. They completely quit their jobs and they're just taking on the debt demons, you know, because then you get these demons of like 1221 as I say this, like, oh, you're in so much debt. I'm getting all the bills now, you know, I'm getting all the bills, all the demon stuff, you know. But I have my whole life. So again, this isn't like a new demon I'm facing, but it's getting ever more challenging because then they it's like, threaten your safety. And it's like, bro, just ignore it. Just fucking ignore it. It's all a lie and it's going to end soon. You know, 2 years max, which is a long time. You know, I say 2 years, that's a long time. I haven't even been a psychic for 2 years, almost. In January, I'll be 2 years. So I've been 18 months I've been on this psychic path. And boy, has it's been the best experience of my life, but it's been the worst experience of my life as well. Because, you know, again, I'm collapsing that's the thing that, you know, I don't think people, again, kind of realize about me is that I've had no choice but to do this. I've had no choice but to collapse my entire identity. I've had no choice but to believe this stuff. I've had no choice but to be on this path. And it's not necessarily one I would have chosen for myself. Like, is it cool? Yes. Like, I love it. But is it miserable? Yes. Because I have to like pretend that this is not who I am, you know, and and it threatens my safety. And like, that's not a fun time for me at all. It's been actually like fucking misery and having to like live in these two worlds. And so that's just like the part of the lessons that I learned here in stuff. And so, you know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a time of lessons. It's a time of breaking past the paradigms of our reality. It's a time of believing in magic and crazy and wonderful things. We don't get this time that often. This is the only time you get to believe before it happens. Also, that's another thing that I keep being told is like, there's never a time in history, in recorded history, that people get to believe in something crazy and magical, like other dimensional beings coming down and helping them before it occurs. That's kind of part of this, is like God's like, I want you guys to get back into your imagination. I want you guys to get back into that childlike wonder, that childlike awe that like we all used to have and we all used to carry, and start using those muscles again. And yes, it's crazy and it's nuts, but look at all this proof I've given you. There's a lot of proof that it's happening. There's a lot of proof that they're suppressing certain information. So we need to use our logic and come together and say, well, what do we do with that then? Well, we protest the system by believing in it. And it's not your responsibility to convince anybody else. It's your own personal journey right now. Eventually, it'll bleed out. It'll happen in time. This is your own personal journey of protesting against the system, of your relationship with God, of your relationship with yourself, how you view other people. You know, where you want your brain to go. From a neuroscientific standpoint alone, this is rewiring your brain into something, into hope, and out of, you know, despair and hopelessness and anxiety, which is what they're trying to do. So we have to get out of what they're trying to do. And then you see people, huge creators like JK Ultra with millions of followers, going right back into it. Or people who come on my channel and say, oh, that's just planets. Right back into it. Okay, Matrix gatekeepers, I can see you now. Stop it. So anyway, that's what I have to say.